Oh, what the heck, my eye! So yeah, my eye. Well, what is the whole purpose of this video? I posted this photo here on Instagram and Facebook the other day, and a lot of people were like, wait a minute, what's wrong with your eye? And I'm talking about this eye. So there's the picture, and I'll show you a close-up video of it too. But like, well, what's wrong with your eye? Was it photoshopped? You know, were you stabbed? Were you shot? What the heck? What are you? What is it? Well, it's actually something that, you know, it makes sense to what my business name is, and that is the guy with the eye. So then when I tell people, they're like, I get it now. The guy with the eye, photography, your eye, makes sense, your logo, everything. So that's what it is. My right eye, this eye, is that. That is my real eye. So I took something that was, you know, different and made it a part of my business, made it unique, and I did something with it. So that's something you guys could do too. But I'm here to talk about what it is and, you know, just kind of what is it. This right here is called Coloboma. Something you literally probably never heard of in your life, and you're not going to because it's something that's different. But basically, the easiest way to put it is, and this obviously makes sense, your pupil. So that's my pupil here. When it grows round. Obviously, like majority of the eyes. Like my left eye is my regular normal eye, which actually has worse vision, which makes no sense. But yeah, this eye it's 20/20 vision. But what happened is the pupil started to bleed into the retina. So instead of forming like a circle, it just deformed and went the other way. I've had it since birth. There was no trauma, nothing happened to it. So when I was younger, I used to be called the kid with the eye because it was something different. You know how kids are immature and everything. So it's just something that stuck with me my whole life. So it's not something you see every day. It's not something that's just common. You really have to look, me or anyone with like even like a cat eye type of thing, that's also called coloboma as well. I'm not sure if you knew that, or if maybe there's like a little bit of a speck or something, or if a different deformation of the eye. That's basically what it is. It's just deformation of the pupil. So that's what it is. And a lot of people say, like, as I said, you get a lot of the same reactions, you know, were you shot? Was there trauma? What is it? Whatever. Well, no, it's just how I was born. It can become that way if you are like succumb to, you know, some kind of trauma, maybe if you're punched or something, you know, it could happen. Very, very rare. But the interesting thing with this is as I was saying, with coloboma, you usually see it like a cat eye, so it will go up and down. But as you see it with mine goes and bleeds to the left side of my right eye. So that's really what it is, and that's how I don't know, I took it upon myself to not care about it. People can be very self-conscious about it. I mean, I've had people who are afraid to look me in the eye because they're intimidated. They're like, ooh, what the hell? I just look at them and go, well, grow up. I don't really need to be talking to you anyway. So I took something about myself that's unique and just basically kind of put my life around it. It's something that has always made me different, and I didn't care about it. And, you know, I'll look in the mirror and I don't really notice it, but it's something that just is what it is. And that could be any, you know, I had this kind of defect, even if you want to call it that. I think it's a unique feature. But that's with anything, any, you know, dimples people have, or just anything people have that's like, oh my God, you know, just don't worry about it. You know, a lot of people also ask, well, what does this do to your eye? You know, do you see brighter? Can you do something? Do you have certain powers? Like Don Bauer asked, do you have x-ray vision? And there's certain things I can't tell you about that because there's only a select few people that know. But no, there's really no superpowers or anything that you're going to find out about. But well, really what it is think of it as an aperture. A lot of people watching this are photographers, and if there's others, you know, I'll explain in a second, but I see brighter out of this eye. So if we're thinking an aperture or an f-stop, you know, think of it as my regular eye being an f4, but my right eye being an f1.4. So I do see brighter out of this eye. So if you're outside, if you met me, or if you've seen me, you always see me squint. If you go back through a lot of my videos, you'll probably notice the same exact thing, and that's why it is. It's because there's a lot of light entering the eye, and I can get headaches pretty easily. I really wanted to kind of educate people about it. I think it's a really cool thing that a lot of people don't know about because it's something that's not normal. It's not the everyday type of thing. And I really wanted to address when people, you know, finally say, oh, the guy with the eye, now I feel stupid now. Well, you don't feel stupid because it's not something you see unless I'm sitting there going like, you know, I'm sitting there with my eye out or something. It is what it is. So the guy with the eye, I have the eye, literally two things go to once, and I just used it that way. And that's really what it is. That's what it's all about. That makes me Eric Rossi, and that makes, you know, that helps out my business because I'm able to show, you know, a really good personal thing to me, you know, to you know, my client and to you guys and to friends and everything like that. And as I said, don't, even if you have some kind of, I don't even think of it as a defect. I call it a unique feature. Don't ever let it get you down. Don't ever let anyone make fun of you. Yeah, they're going to say whatever, but you know what? Hone it, take it to yourself. That makes you you. As I said, this makes me Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. And once again, I don't care what people say. It doesn't matter. And that's in regards to anything. So don't let anything ever get you down. But that is basically the story. That's called Coloboma, behind the guy with the eye. That's how I got my name. That's me. That's a unique feature that I guess now a lot of you will know about. Expressing yourself, tell the story through your photo. You have to actually explain it. And in reality, I think that's one of the biggest secrets you can